Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. The unintended consequences of a liberal America. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. If you watch The Factor often, you know I'm not an ideologue. In fact, some of the people who attack me the most are far-right people on talk radio. But the far left despises me as well because I bring a traditional sensibility to my commentary. Primarily, we are problem solvers here. If there's a solution on the left, we'll endorse it. Certainly the economic safety net set up by Franklin Roosevelt helped the nation through the Depression. And the tough stance that Lyndon Johnson took on civil rights was absolutely the right thing to do in the 1960s. But now we're seeing a move to the left in America that does not bode well. At this point, nearly 50% of American households have someone receiving some kind of social assistance. In order to pay for the entitlements, both earned, like Medicare, and given, like food stamps, the nation's yearly deficit is now more than $1 trillion a year. The total debt approaching $16.5 trillion. We simply cannot sustain that kind of government spending. Yet President Obama and his liberal allies don't seem very concerned. And that, in my opinion, is dangerous. On the social front, the latest stats available show there were 1,200,000 abortions performed in the USA in the year 2008. That's the latest stats. That means that more than 1 million Americans will never be born. Should the country be proud of that? Yet we see wild applause when pro-abortion zealots speak at the Democratic convention, for example. Exactly what are they applauding? That more than 1 million potential human beings are dead? On the drug front, it's now a fait accompli that marijuana will be accepted in the USA. Yet we have a tremendous substance abuse problem here. Estimates are that close to 30 million Americans are addicted to something. Yet some people are happy that yet another intoxicant will soon be widely available. Does that make any sense to you? As far as children are concerned, they can now see and hear the lowest forms of depravity on the internet. Yet public schools are mandated to virtually ignore religion. So let's recap. An enormous amount of entitlement spending that may drive the nation into bankruptcy. Judeo-Christian philosophy de-emphasized in the public schools. Abortion and drugs more widely available. Should we be celebrating this move to the left? You make the call. And that's a memo. Now for the top story tonight, perhaps the most liberal state in the union is Hawaii. More than 1 million Americans live there. Hawaii has the 4th highest homeless rate in the USA. It ranks #1 in food stamps. Its debt approaching $10 billion, money it will never be able to pay back. 39% of Hawaiians describe themselves as non-religious. Prostitution and drug use, widely accepted in the islands. The individual state income tax rate, the highest in the country at 11%. If you are an underage girl in Hawaii, you can get an abortion without telling your parents. And if you rape a child in the Aloha State, the mandatory prison sentence is an unbelievable 2 years. Hawaii will not pass Jessica's law to correct that appalling situation. Joining us now from Honolulu, Congresswoman Colleen Nanabusa, who objected to the Factors report last week that focused in on Hawaii's liberal culture. So, Congresswoman, what exactly is your beef?
Well, first of all, Mr. O'Reilly, thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Sure.
What I was taking great exception to was the way you basically described Asian Americans, which I am a part of. You must know that one of the issues that we have always contended with as Asian Americans is the fact that we have had to deal with, for example, World War II, and the fact that Japanese Americans were interned for no reason other than the fact of where their parents may have been born or where they have been born.
And that was appalling, and that's on Franklin Roosevelt, who was a liberal guy, not me. But let's get specific. What did I say about Asian Americans that has you fired up?
You just basically said that we couldn't be from a liberal state because, though I'm sure you meant it sort of as a compliment, because we are hardworking and we are in fact industrious.
And that's exactly what I said. Those are my exact words.
But that did not equate to someone who was liberal. But what you fail to recognize is a major part of our culture, our Asian culture, Pacific Islander culture, is the fact that we cherish our kupuna. Those are our elders. We believe in that fact that, as someone put it to me today, we move together. We are a culture that really talk about and care about each other.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with what we were talking about. Now listen, did you see the report? Did you see the report we did? You did? Do you remember who the correspondent was?
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay.
Other than the fact that it was you, that you were talking about.
But you don't remember the guy that we sent Hawaii who was talking to me on the set?
No, I don't remember that person.
Do you remember ever seeing him? Do you remember seeing him on the set?
No, I don't remember seeing him on the set.
Okay. It's hard to believe you saw the report then, Congresswoman, with all due respect. On your website, you took it from... all right, you saw me, but he was with me. He was with me, and you didn't see him.
And I also saw the scenes that you put on your report. I saw those.
Yeah, you saw them on media.
Your generalizations.
Just listen to me for a minute, because I think you're a good person and a fair person. I don't believe you saw that report on television. I think you saw it on Media Matters, which you cite on your website. And you took a clip from Media Matters, which they took totally out of context. Totally out of context. All right? You didn't see the full report on this program. You didn't, did you?
I saw it. Yeah, you're right. I saw it.
Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, so that's mistake number one. The Asian comment was in the context of Waters going to Hawaii, interviewing guys in recliners who are on unemployment, sitting back in the beautiful sun and saying, you know what? It's give me stuff. I don't want to work for it. That's what it was. Well, that's it. It wasn't an Asian American report.
If you wanna just pick on certain things in Hawaii, as you would at any other
I love
state,
Hawaii.
I'm sure you could find it. And I know that's what
I love Hawaii. I've been there many times, and I know Hawaii. I know Hawaii.
You love Hawaii.
Congressman, I know Hawaii as well as any journalist in this country. I based out of there when I did my Asian reporting. I love Hawaii. However, you can't dispute what I just told you. You have a very low unemployment rate in Hawaii. It's 5.3%.
Very low.
Okay? Very low. Yet you have the highest food stamp. You have the highest food stamp and the fourth highest homeless rate in the country. That's because you've set up an entitlement system that encourages people to get food stamps and be homeless. That's what you've done. The addiction rate in the islands is off the chart because you don't enforce the drug laws there. Drugs are coming in from everywhere. This is the liberal culture.
I think, Mr. Riley, what you have to look at our statistics.
I just gave them to you.
No, you do not have statistics available based on just what you say, drug use. Those statistics are not kept by the FBI or by our own Attorney General.
Are you going to deny to me that you have a big substance abuse problem in the islands? Are you going to do that tonight?
You know, I'm not saying that
you can't do it because you know you do. All right, let's get to the real...
Wait a minute. I have worked on this whole issue with crystal meth in Hawaii. And I will tell you, the one thing that we have always recognized and we've always done is we've addressed it and we know where to start. And that's when we have been successful.
Listen, Congresswoman, you're a good woman. You're a good woman. You know you have a problem, which is why you're spending your time on it. Now, I got to get to Jessica's law. Are you kidding me? 2-year mandatory for child rape? 45 states have some kind of Jessica's law, which means that child rapists are given 15 to life if they commit that crime. Hawaii won't even consider it. Come on, you got to get behind that.
I will tell you. I will get behind it. But
Excellent.
That's not what we're talking about.
Well,
here.
Yes, we are. We're talking about a liberal Hawaii. A liberal Hawaii.
We are, by your definition, liberal because we care. We care about our elders. We care about those who
Conservative people care about their elders, too.
No fault of their own.
All right.
But we have a very strong culture in Hawaii to do that. All I'm saying is when you characterize us in Hawaii, be aware that you're talking about a culture of people who have managed to live together and work together.
Congresswoman, you are absolutely
John Kennedy
right.
Said we are what America should be like.
Okay.
Because we are that special state, and I'm glad you like coming here. And
in your heart, in their hearts, Hawaiian people are the best. In their hearts, all right? Your social system is chaotic. And do me one favor, because I think you're a very good woman. Never again condemn anybody unless you see the total report. Because what I did was not offensive to Asians. I was talking into a context that you didn't see because you took it off a far-left website that is dishonest. And that doesn't do you any good.
No,
you didn't see the report, Congresswoman. And if you're going to come after me,
that statement, you were offensive to all of us who are Asian.
Congresswoman,
we are not one
to be
kind
fair,
of persons. We want you to recognize that we are different. That is all we're asking you to do. We are individuals,
I will do
we
that.
are different.
I will do that if you'll promise me you will be fair. If you're going to come after somebody, watch the report. It was 3 minutes and 30 seconds. You could have done it. You should have done it. Congressman, thanks very much.
I did see the report,
Gotta go.
and I'm sorry if you feel I didn't watch the whole thing.
Well, you just said you didn't watch it, so we'll take your word.